Decided to do a quick little stream here to ride BikeTerra. It's a group ride that I saw this morning and I thought it'd be kind of fun to join in, so here we are. I think it's gonna be pretty, pretty easy, but we'll find out. I don't know any of these people, Mike or Falk or Matt. I think Matt is the creator or one of the creators of the program. Let me go full screen here. So this is only my second time riding on the third time riding on the platform. How do I do camera angles? Down here it looks like. Oh, where's my mouse? There it is. What do we like? This one? Let's stick with that one. So I just purchased a green screen, so hopefully that'll make this look a little bit better. And I also purchased a keyboard for the handlebars, so hopefully I'll be able to do some more communication and easier typing, because the computer is pretty far away for me to type. All right, so this course is what is it? Not too far. It's 20 something kilometers, 23 kilometers. It's pretty short. Should be pretty straightforward. Just a chance to hop on the bike and do some zone 2. Last time I streamed, you guys can check out that video, but the race didn't go all too well for me on Friday. Stage 3 of the tandem. My endurance is very low, so I'm trying to put in some time here. Just doing some longer endurance zone 2 work. Obviously it's way too late to be doing this to actually make an impact, but that's where we're at. Yeah, so I won't be able to race this Friday, so I thought I'd just do this one just for the heck of it. I'll be hopefully racing next Friday to retry stage 3. Plans got in the way of being able to do it this coming Friday, which is a bit of a bummer. Since this Friday I don't work, so it would have been really nice to do it outside of the work schedule, but it is what it is. So it looks like we're just with Tyson here. Looks like kind of everybody else is doing these impossibly slow speeds. 80 watts. That's not even bike riding. You can see, I think they just recently released these fat bikes. It's pretty funny, the fat tire bikes. I'm trying here on the side to create some AI generated thumbnails, and they're coming out pretty horribly so far. Let's see. How far are these people ahead of me? Let's try to catch up. So it looks like my heart rate isn't appearing, which is kind of interesting. It also looks like, even though I'm doubling Tyson's watts, I'm not catching up that quickly. These thumbnails are funny. So I'm still getting over being sick. Unfortunately, caught the big C, and it's taking a while for it to go away. Been not quite feeling myself for the last couple weeks. So hopefully the fact that I can't race this Friday is, you know, going to be a little bit helpful in the sense that it'll give me a chance to come back. The sickness really impacted me on Friday for stage 3. All right. I'm not sure who this Tyson guy is, but I don't know why he's able to fly ahead of me with such ease. Granted, I'm not really paying too much attention here, so definitely on me too, but doing 80 more watts, and he's gaining on me. That doesn't make any sense. He's either, no, it doesn't even make sense. We're going downhill, so unless he's really heavy or something. I do notice, relative to TrainingPeaks Virtual, that there's a significant lag from when you put the power down to when the avatar moves. Which, you know, I prefer TrainingPeaks Virtual. It's a lot more seamless, but not too bad. It's not a reason to not try out the platform. You still get to ride these fun courses. Hopefully everybody's doing well coming into this Christmas holiday end of the year. Hopefully everybody got all their shopping done. We're also going to do this effort here, which is turning out to not be a zone 2. Fanless, so I don't have my cycling fan going, just to try to sweat everything out and get the extra heat adaptation, so more ready to go on the actual event when I do have the fan. So we'll see how that goes. I got a bunch of water here. I got 4 water bottles. Not quite sure yet. Obviously, it's only my 3rd time riding on the platform. First time riding with another human. But I don't understand the drafting at all. You can see just above where it talks about the power, it shows how much draft percentage, but draft percentage is always low. I think the highest I've seen it is like 30%, something like that. So I'm sure, obviously it can go up to 100%, but I'm not quite sure how. Must be a big group or super fast, or both. It would be nice if the drafting was a little different. I don't know how they do it. Maybe it is quote-unquote real-world physics like the TrainingPeaks, but to me it doesn't feel the same. And again, I'm still just playing around, having fun. This is not a serious thing by any stretch of the imagination. Anything I'm doing, that is. I think this is what we're gonna go with for the thumbnail. Try to get on the screen here. Kind of comical. You can see we're using ideogram. I'll throw that into what is it called? I'll throw that into Canva and throw a slap label on it. BikeTerra group ride or something. I want this one to be least amount of effort. It was a last minute thing, but I still want it to have a fun thumbnail. Alright, let's download it. So all of this is for free. You can't download it in any high resolution. You can't get that many attempts. You can't do any of the background removal editors, but I use a different background removal from Google. I think it's Google, maybe it's someone else, I don't know, I don't remember. And it's all done for free. None of it's ideal, but that's alright. Alright, so let's go to Canva. Do this one. Just get a random template. Oh, we're going uphill. 8%. BikeTerra. BikeTerra. All right. Christmas Island group ride. Oh, going downhill. I can feel it. It's shipped up. There we go. What? There we go. Nope. So this little auto background removal thing in OBS, it's really bad. So I'm looking forward to the green screen. I got it used on Amazon for less than $10. And I have two command hooks just attached to the ceiling, so I'll probably just cut a little slit in the green screen and then hook it from the ceiling so I didn't have to buy a stand. Just let it drape. And then I'm thinking putting a broomstick at the bottom with some clamps to keep it spread out and not flap in the wind from the bike fan. We'll see how it goes. It was cheap, and I think it'll improve this disaster zone of the camera. I obviously would like to make the stream as elegant as possible for as cheap as possible, so $9 was well worth the improvement for me. If you guys have any recommendations on how to improve the stream or anything of the sort, please, let me know. I'm always interested whether I do it or not. All right. So let's drag this. Actually, no. Let's delete the background here. Drop in this picture into the background. Right click. Replace background. Alright. And then let's move all of this stuff down here. Obviously, you'll see all of this when I'm done. Actually, what the heck? This is probably more interesting than watching my avatar. We're making it up as I go. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm far from a, whatever that's called, graphic designer. So let's go to background remove, Adobe. And then we'll drag picture in. This does it for free, but you get what it gives you. You don't get doesn't give you the option to edit it. All right. So now let's download that. All right. So let's title this background removed. Okay. Good. And then let's actually copy this. Copy. Whoops. Copy. Pedal to progress. Photos. Thumbnails. BikeTerra. Paste. And then let's drag this in. So this is background removed. So let's make this the same size. And then we can move it to the front, forward. And then we can rearrange it. Let's bring this forward, obviously. Actually, we cut out this stuff, it doesn't matter. We bring this forward. Forward, forward, forward. Let's see if we can make this letter stand out. Effects. Something to, I don't know, something like that. Make it green. Would that be good? No. Red for Christmas? We'll do red for Christmas. What the heck? Do the same thing here. BikeTerra. I think BikeTerra is also red, so that works. We want to move it. Would that be? Nah, that's fine. What is this? If I delete that, what happens? Oh, yeah, I don't care about that shadow. Or I don't want it to go out that far, at least. I want the backdrop. There we go. Move this down a little bit. Move this down to match. There we go. Maybe you can see that says BikeTerra a little bit better now. Alright. I'm calling it good. Save. Download. Right on, everybody. Let's open that. Oops. Downloads. Let's rename it. BikeTerra Group Ride Christmas 2024. All right. Now we have that. Ready to go. I actually kind of wish I bolded the Christmas Island group ride. Make it a little bit easier to see. Have I gone anywhere? No, I'm in dead last. Okay. So that is one of the issues in my mind. And I obviously am trying to make light of this game. I actually really like it. I think it's really fun. I would love them to team up with TrainingPeaks. But obviously it's, you know, still fresh software and still lots of things to improve. Not a dig at all. And I think one of the ways that it should be improved is if you move off the tab, it should keep you going. So let me see. I'll just let them know I'm still here. Do shameless plug here. I won't go full shameless plug, and I won't tell them the channel. If they find me, congrats. Whew. Yeah, you can tell. You can tell there's no fan. It's interesting that the you know, wow, what words. It's amazing that the pressure still feels as though things are changing, even though it's not. So what happens if I just click off? Now I'm off my other screen here. So I'm not clicked into the app anymore. Looks like my watts are still changing. My speed is going way down. Can I get it to go up? Pedal a little harder. So I pedaled harder. Yeah, okay, okay, wait, no. Okay, now I'm confused. I was pedaling harder and I was still going down, but now it's going up. Interesting. Let me move the bike out of the way and type. I'm curious to know why that is. I'm gonna ask him. Ooh, that's hard. I'm looking forward to my keyboard. Get it. Alright, one of these days, right now I just have a pop filter, so it's only blocking from one direction. One of these days, the wind and the sweat is kind of what I'm mostly thinking about. One of these days I'd like to get a dead cat. Unfortunately I have a cat, so I don't like that word. Put a dead cat on here, so it's 360. And then maybe a smaller pop filter to get it out of the way here. Maybe I could just leave it flat like that, something. Try to get it out of the way as much as possible. And also, I got distracted by the chat. But also it'll try to block some of the wind from all directions, which I think the fan that I have is underneath the table and it doesn't really pass line of sight to the mic, so I think it's probably okay. And I don't necessarily hear it in my streams, but I think it would still be nice to have one that dead cat at 360. I think the window just needs to stay in the foreground. It's when the browser tab is inactive. Even, you guys can see, I don't have to read out loud. Oops. Oops, whatever. Remember to hydrate. Yes, thank you, Bulk. The browser tries to save resources and puts the inactive tab in a low power mode. I understand that. It would be nice to have the option not to have that. So I was doing a bike ride, training ride the other day while watching The Chosen. You guys can see that on my Strava if you follow me on Strava. And my computer all of a sudden crashed one interval before the finish, so 10 minutes before the finish of my ride. And quite sad because it was a good ride. I was enjoying watching TV. I think it just didn't like handling Training Peaks and TV show streaming off of Amazon. So now I have the laptop a little bit propped up. That was also a fanless workout, which didn't help. But hopefully it was just the Amazon video that threw it over the edge. I haven't had that issue yet before on just Training Peaks, even when it was peak summer and it was 90 degrees. So, a little interesting. So, let's see, Matt, who's one of the creators of this, found that as new information, so that's good. Always happy to try to help. It may stay active on the other screen because it's still showing. Just a theory. We're nice guys. We understand. Everybody's just doing their best. With that said, I still like to give my input. All right, so thank you, Matt. As far as the workout plan goes, everything got thrown off by COVID. My household has been not feeling so great for several weeks now. Hopefully we, can get over our long haul symptoms soon. I don't know when long haul counts. It's been a couple weeks. But I haven't been doing any weightlifting. For me, cycling is a lot easier. Good cardiovascular as well. So trying to build that out, trying to sweat it out, all those good things. But I haven't been able to do my prescriptive, self-prescribed 2 days a week weightlifting from the guys over at MAPS. The guys that do the, oh gosh, I'm not thinking straight. The Mind Pump Media folks, group of really great trainers. I thoroughly enjoy their well-rounded training philosophy. I think they're good in the health and wellness space as much as they are great at the weightlifting prescriptions. Really intelligent group of guys. So I have their MAPS programs that I follow, and I try to do that twice a week. But again, I haven't been able to do that recently. Which is a bummer. I love weightlifting, even though it goes counterproductive to cycling, which is my real favorite. So that's also partly why my performances on the bike haven't been as good recently. In October, I was peaking 235, maybe even 240 on a good day for my FTP, pushing me over the 3 watts per kilogram line. And after going on vacation, getting sick, and then getting sick again, that FTP has dropped off precipitously, and it's down to probably 210, 215 now. So lost a good 20, 25 watts, which is a real bummer. And that's, you know, theoretical. Really, I've lost my endurance top end as well in addition to that. So I couldn't do 215 for an hour, no way. So I'm kind of quite concerned about stage 3 of the tandem, the one that I've already failed once. It's like an hour, hour 45 potentially, and I haven't been on the bike that long in a very long time. So my abilities are definitely not there for that. So yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna at least complete it. Again, I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, but I'll have to do it during work, so I'll have to work late that day. Take a 2-hour chunk of my day out of the middle of the day to get that finished, but it's important to me to get that finished, and I'll definitely be able to make up for it and then some at work. For those of you who don't know, Pedal to Progress, obviously the name of this channel, came about because I'm very involved and interested in the health and wellness journey. It's something important to me in my life and my wife's life. So we're on the bike to gain fitness, to gain cardiovascular health, to improve longevity, and to improve wellness in all of its forms. So, you know, I want to push competitively because it's fun, but I want to make sure, you know, we're balancing the health side, not overworking, not underworking, but then, you know, balancing the rest of my life, family, friends, work. It's all gonna come into balance, and it's not just all about cycling. So Pedal to Progress, it's me just having fun on a bike in the pursuit of wellness in all of its forms. And I have no medical training whatsoever other than a sheer devotion, if you will, and obsession, interest in the health and wellness space. I'm an engineer by trade. I have no education in the human anatomy or whatever longevity sphere. So anything I ever say on this stream or any subsequent streams is not my own knowledge, but me regurgitating other smart people. Why is the heart rate not working? Can I fix it here without getting dropped? Oh. What is that? Open Run Pro. No, that's my headset. Oh, I'm not playing anything. What am I doing? Just take these off. I was supposed to listen to something, but then I realized you guys are listening to the Spotify. There we go, paired. Why is it pair? There we go. Finally. So you can see, it says I'm 9 meters behind Matt. So I'm kind of interested to know why I'm not getting any draft. We're going 30 kilometers an hour. Now I get 2%. Does that make any sense to you guys? Oh. Forget to drink water. So with only a couple kilometers left, I was able to catch up. Okay, so we're going 25 kilometers an hour directly on his wheel. 22% draft. Huh? Should be 60 or 70. Maybe not 20, but you get what I'm saying. It should be more than 25, I would think. It'd be fun if there was a group chat. Let me go off screen here to Discord. In ride. Live streams. General feedback. Voice channel general. Looks like they do have a voice chat on Discord, but not being used, which is fine. Don't need that. So it's 70 degrees in here, 47% humidity, so it's quite nice. I only have the, yeah, see, black and green screen kind of sucks for this, for pointing. I have a ceiling fan above me that's on. It helps tremendously, but it doesn't pale in comparison to the, floor cycling fan. So you can tell, very sweaty, which is good. We're sweating it all out. Got electrolytes, water. Today is going to be a long bike ride, so after this I'm gonna just carb up. I'll go get a quick little carb snack. I'm probably gonna hop back on to Indy Velo and ride around on any Indy Velo for a little bit. My wife is gone for several hours today, so I'm on the bike and I'm gonna take advantage of the sad couple hours that she won't be with me, and I'll ride my bike. Make the best of it. I wasn't planning on streaming today, but I figured, what the heck? If there's something funny that happens, I can clip it and make a stupid little short. If you haven't checked out my shorts, they're really stupid. They make me laugh. And I wish that I had disposable income to pay for the softwares to make them, because I think they're a blast. But they're so time intensive when you don't have AI. So I don't got time for that. And I don't have money to pay for the subscription to make it easy. So no shorts for now, unless there's something really hilarious. But yeah, I had a good time. So anyways, go check them out if you have any interest whatsoever in a stupid little short. I recommend the 13th to 1st short. That was actually a good one. That ended interestingly. The outsprinted by a robot one is also kind of comical. The punchline of this channel, if you don't already know, is underwhelming live bike racing. So that's what I do. I do live bike racing, and my performances are wildly underwhelming. So if you enjoy that kind of thing, stick around. Hit the like, subscribe button. It would mean a lot. My goal for this channel is not much. I want to continue having fun, make it as easy for me to upload as possible, continue to progress on the bike, and my content is very not directed towards YouTube. This is not a viral video, unedited, hour-plus long indoor cycling with panting and horrible sentence structures. Obviously, this is not for the YouTube algorithm. So anyways, my videos, they go from 100% audience retention at second 0 down to 5% audience retention or less in like seconds 2 and 3. So precipitous steep drop off in the first few seconds of the video when they realize this is horribly edited and everything. By horribly edited, I mean lack of editing. So that said, long way of going about, one of my goals is to have 15% audience retention through my videos, which is nothing for a big channel, nothing for an edited good channel, but it's probably shooting way too high for a channel like this. Right now it's like 4%. So I don't care about views. I just want my viewers to be dedicated, you know? Stick with me through thick and thin. Even if it's just 1 or 2 good friends. And you know what? Having a green screen ain't gonna hurt. Alright, looks like we're coming up to the finish here. Congrats. That was a good ride. Let me let them know I'm grateful. Chat here, type on the chat here. Alright, I did. I shameless plugged. Alright. Thanks again, Matt. Thanks again, Falk. You guys are great. That was a good time. I'm going to stop it here. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do be right back. I'm gonna go get some silly carbs, and then I'm gonna swap over applications to TrainingPeaks Virtual. So I will be right back. Hang with me. Go get yourself a coffee or a hot chocolate and enjoy the Christmas spirit. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay, so if you hung in here with me this whole time, thank you for staying. I have a fun factoid. Let me hop on the bike. I have a fun factoid. So I don't know if you can see this. This is an energy gel. Can you see it if I move it close? Yeah. Okay, so it's fruit smoothie. And it has, can you see this? No, not even a chance. No, not a chance. Okay. There's 24 grams of carbs in here. 24 grams. This is what you do. Everybody that's watching this already knows. This is what you eat if you're running or you're doing an endurance effort like cycling and you need energy, right? 24 grams of easily digestible carbs. Just mushed down pure sugar. This is what you give an adult human about to do an athletic endeavor. This is no shade to anybody. I eat these too, or I used to eat these too. This is for 6-month-olds. No, for 2-year-olds. So what, like 20 pounds, 30 pounds? This is 20 grams of carbs, 12 grams of sugar in this. This is also endurance energy fuel. First of all, it tastes delicious. This one is bananas, raspberries, and oats. There's no chemicals, no nothing. It's just fruit, mushed down fruit, which is why people feed it to babies. They think it's healthy. And it has all of, the fiber. No, it doesn't have fiber, actually. It has, all of the minerals and the vitamins and all those things, which is great. But it's too much sugar for a child. And we wonder why our children are addicted to sugar and have these wild cravings and scream. This is delicious, but it's not good for it's not good for baby consumption, and it's not even good for human consumption unless you're about to do an athletic endeavor. So these are cheaper than these. They taste better than these, and they're cheaper. Yeah, so I mean, it's a win-win-win. There's no chemicals. What's in here? I guess there's technically no yeah, there's no chemicals in here. It's just tapioca and honey and some salt. But this has a lot of vitamins and healthy things in it too. So anyways, that's the little factoid for the day. Great alternative to these gels. They're healthier, they're cheaper, and don't give them to children. But again, I used to eat these as a child too, so can't blame you for doing that. Yeah, that's delicious. I don't like the kale ones. This one, I love raspberries, I love bananas, I love oats. The only problem with them is they're bigger. So, kind of inconvenient to carry around on a run. Which is why I have these also. I've actually never had the Honey Stinger brand. My wife got them as a gift. Haven't tried them yet. All right, what am I doing? Let's close out of this. Thank you, BikeTerra. That was a good amount of fun. Let's save and quit. Oh yeah, so I was gonna pull this up and I kind of forgot. So I don't know if you know where Christmas Island is. Christmas Island is Australia. I think there's also one in Canada in oh gosh, what's the name? I don't remember. It's in Canada, above Maine. What is that? I'm sorry, Canadians. Anyways, Christmas Island is really far away from Australia, as you can see. It's actually a lot closer to Jakarta in Indonesia than it is Australia, which is way down here. It's a tiny little Australian island. It's kind of cool. So that's where we were just riding. Upload that to Strava. Upload it to intervals. And let's jump on over to TrainingPeaks Virtual. That was decent. Little workout. Some decent intensity in there. Whoops. It was about 45 minutes or so. Let's hop on over to Indie Velo Racing. And we'll just do, what do you think? Should we do him? Let's do a workout. It's too intense. We're gonna do 60 minutes easy, all workouts. Let's just do an aerobic. This is what I was doing before. Yeah, this is just good intensity for this. And crossover circuit, stage 3. So it'll be a good. Oh, can I? Nah. I was gonna say, should I change my jersey? I don't think I can anymore. Yeah, I can't. So I got added to the Dirty Rascals team, which is kind of cool. Thank you, Jeff, for adding me to the Dirty Rascals team. So I have the option to get the Dirty Rascals jersey, which I actually prefer over this dirt jersey, but this dirt jersey is great too. All right. Let's see who's here. Hello, world. I hate software. I hate writing software, scripting, anything computer science related. I'm so bad at it. But in college, hello world, number one thing you do. Well, I take that back. It's the first thing you ever do. So there's not probably very many people online. Really random time on a Christmas Eve. I'm excited, very excited about this TrainingPeaks collaboration and buyout. I think it's a great thing. I think it honestly couldn't have been better, except for the name. TrainingPeaks Virtual, pretty terrible. I'd like Peaks, just call it Peaks. But the fact that George has, as far as we know, and as far as said, you know, kind of sole leadership over the platform still. But now he has the backing and support of a large company with resources, both human and financial, and that's That's going to be great for the platform. It already has done great things. So what do you think? When I get 100 subscribers, I'll do a a quick tour of the setup that I have at that point in time. It's progressed a lot. Since a year ago when I started all of this. Since when I started cycling, not this channel. I only started cycling a year ago, just over a year ago, and boy, it's night and day different. I was on my old mountain bike from when I was in junior high, tucked up in my office, my work office, on a crappy old iPad, on a music stand. And now, it's no pain cave extraordinaire, but, I have a setup now. I got a new bike, a dedicated room, 3 monitors, YouTube channel. We've come a long way. And I've progressed from 1.7 watts per kg or something like that on Zwift over to 235 watts per kg, 235 watts, which is over 3 watts per kg pretty quickly. So we're happy with the progress we've made, and we will steadily make more progress. Obviously the next benchmark and the next goal is to take over the 4 watts per kg with a 300 watt FTP. That's my next goal. From a power perspective, we'll see if I ever reach it, but why not shoot for it? I'm hoping when I have to start purchasing TrainingPeaks Premium in March, I'll probably invest in a training plan and follow that, depending on kind of how things are looking at that season of life. I'm trying to get into a TTT league. I think that would be a lot of fun. And then I'm also trying to join into a ladder league. So between ladder league, TTT league, and events like the tandem and the grand tour and things like that, we'll see how much intrigue and interest I have in actually training. Obviously that's the best way to improve, but we want to make sure we have fun first and foremost. Obviously racing is also training. It's just, you're not going to get the best bang for buck, but that's okay. We're not trying to get any contracts or become professional or anything like that. We're just trying to improve health and have some fun. So what do you guys think if we were to merge TrainingPeaks Virtual with the concepts of BikeTerra, where BikeTerra, we were just riding on the platform, and the peak goal, or the real reason for BikeTerra, as far as I'm aware, is to create a route, a real world route inside, quickly, easily, and effectively. So Ruby, you have to have somebody film it and create it. Whereas BikeTerra, you just go on to something like, I don't know, you just go on the internet and find a GPX file or a fit file, and you upload it, and then bada bing, bada boom, you start riding. I just did a ride recently to around my church. They have a big hill that's fun to ride around, so I just loaded that one up and rode there. But anyways, I think it'd be really cool to allow TrainingPeaks and all of its physics and racing know-how combined with something like BikeTerra, where you can create real-world routes and race them. I think that'd be really cool. It'd be fun, you know, to kind of do shortened versions of the Tour de France or something like that, or your local crit race, or whatever the case may be. I feel like that would be pretty fun. Yeah, I mean, ideally, it would use Google Map images and convert that into a 3D world. But I think that it's not necessarily going to happen, which is fine. Cartoon is okay. I prefer this graphics, kind of halfway between cartoon and realistic, over Zwift, for sure. Alright, so got 1 minute left here of a warm-up. And then we go into some easy intervals. We got 45 minutes into the legs already, which is honestly where I've already maxed out for the last several months. So this is technically an easy ride, but I'm sure it's gonna kind of wear me down to the bone here. So if you're still watching, thanks again. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and if you're really enjoying it, hit the bell icon so that when I go live, even on these impromptu races, you'll be notified and you can join in. I obviously like when I get a chance to chat with you guys live. Makes the efforts go by quicker. So this is the workout that I was doing when my computer crashed the other day on Sunday. So we'll see what happens today. I was just about to enter into the 5th and final Zone 3 effort. So again, we're trying to improve our endurance abilities here last minute before the race for the tandem race 3, stage 3, which is going to happen in just over a week and a half. I don't get many opportunities to do longer endurance rides, so you know, those 45-kilometer races are pretty rough on my endurance capabilities. But it is what it is. We're just gonna try to finish it and get a time. I was talking about it in the race the other day. we're in dead last. From the people that have raced every race, dead last. But we're not in dead last. If you look at the whole list, a lot of people can't race all of them. So we're going to become not dead last by being consistent. That's our goal. I gotta figure out why my stream is so laggy. I don't think it is for you guys, fortunately, but for me, it gets really laggy. So we're gonna have to turn down some of these settings. We don't need shadow quality high. Set them low. That'll help. I don't need shadow distance. Do we really care that there's shadows on the trees up there? I don't think so. We're gonna do that. That's gonna greatly improve our streams for myself. Although, I say that and it's still laggy. I tried to hardwire myself into the internet, but with all of the ports being connected, that didn't work. There's no Ethernet plug, so I had to go through like an adapter, and maybe the adapters aren't, you know, rated for it, but it didn't want to connect to the Ethernet through the adapter, which is unfortunate. So we're stuck with Wi-Fi. You can see the ping down the bottom right just tank every once in a while. It happens when I stream, but I get no drop bits, no drop frames, so it's okay. I see an error on OBS. Let me open Studio. What does that mean? I'm new to all this. I don't know what I'm doing. Go to stream health. You guys can probably tell me. Someone's smart. Let's see. Error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain. That's unfortunate. Let's go to settings. I have no idea how to edit this to make it better. Alright. Whatever. What's this? Yeah, no. Open widget? Yeah, okay. Whatever. We'll have to figure that out some other time. Sure, it has something to do with, you know, the quality of it. Well, the computer, the Wi-Fi network. Probably, I was noticing that the FPS is supposed to be set to 60, or it is set to 60, but I saw that it was dropping to 30, or no, sorry, 50. So maybe we can lower the settings to be 30 frames per second. We can improve it that way. How do we do that? Someone tell me. Video. Yeah, there we go. I want to change that. Currently active, so I'll change it after I'll go down to 30 or something less than 60. That should help, you'd think. So we started this bike ride and it was like 67, I think, 68 degrees Fahrenheit in here. It's currently 72. So we're definitely heating up the room. Humidity's going up. So we're getting the adaptations of being way too hot. Like swinging with a weighted bat. When we turn on that fan, power is gonna skyrocket. That's the theory. Maybe after this ride I'll clean my chain, recalibrate, kind of do some maintenance. The problem is, in this room, it's carpeted, so I have the, the mat down so the sweat and stuff doesn't land on the carpet, but it makes cleaning the bike chain a little bit more risky. You spill, you're gonna get black crud all over the carpet. So I don't clean my chain as often as I should, especially for an indoor trainer, all that sweat. So it is better in the winter when I have the fans on. I don't really get too sweaty, but with the fans off, like now or in the summer, it's pretty bad. All right, so we're climbing the mountain. Can't really see it. We're climbing the mountain. About to hop into the new 5-minute interval. So if you guys don't know, I wish I could throw a little link up here live, but please go check out Rob Miller. He does the best bike racing. He's both a beast on the bike and a nice guy and does commentary. He's the best. Jeff, my captain of dirt, he's also incredible. Check out Jeff Gardner, and also Chris with a K, Chris with a K. He's also incredible. Check out those 3 cyclists on YouTube if you have not already. Subscribe to them and watch their content over mine. When I'm on the trainer and not streaming, I watch them, and I highly recommend you do the same. They're good to listen to. All really nice guys. Way more powerful than me. Alright, let's pick up the cadence here. I feel like the race last time. Going up that mountain, my cadence just tanked all the way down to like 50 something. It was bad. We made it up, but that's not saying very much. We're only going at either 160 watts or 190 watts. I'm definitely tired. That's water bottle number 3. You'll notice no plastic. We've removed plastic almost exclusively from our lives. Recent studies have come out, and this was, again, I've referenced this before, but the Senate roundtable held a few months ago was really up my alley in the health and wellness space, and brought it to the attention of Congress and government, which is really cool in my opinion. And a study in that report, or in that meeting, which I've also looked up independently, said that they measured the average human brain is now 0.5, a 0.5% plastic. And the funny not funny quote from that article, or that study, well, I guess it's the article of the study, was that your brain is now 99.5% brain and 0.5% plastic. And one of the number one ways you ingest plastic is through drinking water, through water bottles, and through food. Heating things up in microwaves is a real big no-no. Anytime you're heating up or cooling down anything in plastic, the plastic will leach into the food. And liquids, it leaches into much more than solid foods. So if you're gonna eat out of plastic, solid foods, room temperature is the best way to go. So anyways, all our water bottles are metal or glass. And the only exception to that rule is 2 water bottles that I bought in my recent trip to Nice, France, because we went to Café du Cycliste and they had the cool water bottles that I wanted, cycling water bottles. So you saw on a stream or two ago, there is the rare exception. I'm drinking out of cycling water bottles because they're special. And it's a rare occasion. And the water's only in there for, 20 minutes. The other way you get plastic are things like makeup, other things, clothes, mostly made of plastic these days. And the reason you care, the reason you should care, is because plastic is an endocrine disruptor, and it's called a xenotoxin, which means it acts as estrogen. Sorry, it's a xenoestrogen, which means it acts like estrogen in your body. So for men, your body thinks you have more estrogen than you do, which means your body doesn't naturally produce estrogen, which is not great. But it also means you're more likely to develop gynecomastia, mental fatigue, mental issues, things of that nature, things that are not great with high estrogen in men. And for women, it causes issues with conception and other cyclical related issues. Xenoestrogens are well worth avoiding. Hormones are critically important to regulate naturally in both males and females. Obviously, men need estrogen as much as women, just in different ratios. All right. Looks like we're coming up on an hour and 30 minutes of the stream. If you're still watching, thank you so much. Glad you're here. If you're just flipping through, thanks for clicking. And if you didn't hear this part, that's all right. You know, at work, when people are sharing their screens or in a presentation and they're trying to find something, everybody, it's a pet peeve of mine, and I do it too, so it's a pet peeve against myself. I try not to do it, but everybody does the as they're thinking or trying to find something. Absolutely drives me up the wall. The cycling equivalent to that, which I do all the time, and it doesn't drive me nuts. Actually, I think it's kind of funny, is whew, whew. I do that all the time. Just quick exhale. The cycling equivalent of the ch-ch-ch. Take a look at the review mirror. Look at that beautiful, what is that, sunrise? Must be sunrise. Through the trees. That's nice. That's nice. Do that. Nope, how do I do it? How do I do it? I don't remember how to hide the GUI, the HUD. I thought it was H, but apparently not. It's apparently not H. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, there you go. We don't need to see it. It's a nice scenery. So, TrainingPeaks, one of the great things about the quote-unquote takeover is before, all of the feedback and recommendations and all that stuff was recorded over Discord. But now, TrainingPeaks uses user voice, and you can go and you can enter your feedback, what you would like to see in the future, and you can go and vote on other people's recommendations, either not important, important, or critical. And you can have direct feedback on how the game develops. So George has made it a very obvious point to say the roadmap of this game is dictated by the users of the game. So he doesn't have, well, he has some ideas. Obviously, he's going to do what he thinks is important as well, but if you think something's important and you get a bunch of people say, I think that's important too, it almost certainly will get added to the game, which is pretty cool. And one of those is the graphics. So when George was by himself at Indie Velo, he was a one-man show. He didn't really have the ability, time, or money to invest in overlaying the whole game for the graphics. But now that he's got a team and financial backing, the visual display of the entire game is going to change in the future, which is pretty cool. So if you have any input on that, go to TrainingPeaks, go to the feedback section. It's under user voice, I believe, the website, and submit your feedback. You can put comments in there saying, you know, kind of what you're hoping to see from the graphics. Do you want to see cartoon and let it be easily run with, you know, low compute resources, or do you want it to be hyper realistic and you'll pay whatever it takes to get a good graphics card? We're halfway done here. You can tell through my breathing, this is getting pretty hard for me now, unfortunately. Again, we're an hour and a half in, literally about 2 times longer than any race I've done recently. Obviously it's a lot lower intensity, but still a lot of time under feet. We're gonna try to make it to the end. But it's getting tiring. If you got something really cool going on for Christmas or the New Year's, let me know in the comments. I'm curious to hear what people are doing. I got a couple family things on the beach side, and then some birthday celebrations closer to New Year's. But nothing too crazy. Just some quick get-togethers, some light gift swapping, some meals. Nothing too crazy. Going out to dinner with some friends. Taking my work shuts down over the Christmas break, so got about a week and a half completely off, which is really nice. My boss will be back in January, which is pretty nice too. Alright, only 10 more minutes of intensity. Low intensity. Try to lower the heart rate. Probably not talk too much in this 5 minutes. This is pretty much where I crapped out on the race. Water was really salty. Had to thin it out. I do feel settled, but I would like my heart rate to drop. Obviously, it doesn't help that it's hot in here. Gone up about just shy of another ½ degree in here. Humidity up by 3%. You can see my shirt is now a couple shades darker. You can see that this shoulder is the fan side from the ceiling fan. Then this side, just by the color difference, So you can see time and zone. Mostly blue in terms of power, zone 2, with a good chunk of zone 3. Obviously, the difference in colors there so far is the warm-up zone 2, and then this current block of zone 2. And heart rate, we've been in zone 4 most of the time with heart rate, which is not great. You know, ideally, heart rate zones would match the steady state power zones, more or less. That's way oversimplified, but should be probably closer than they are. So it says right now that my FPS was down to 29 at its lowest for the stream, OBS. And my CPU usage is at 55%. So if anybody knows what that means, I'm thinking if I just cut down the frames in half, excuse me, if I cut them down in half, that should really free up the bandwidth. So it should be okay. But if anybody's got recommendations, I'd like to still keep it HD. But, you know, I can go down to 720 if necessary. Nobody's watching this on the big screen. It's just a iPhone thing, so not a big deal. Let me know, please. All right, 10 more minutes at 190 watts. Not there. We got it, no problem. Worst case scenario, turn on the fan. Oh, I meant to bring a towel. Remember. Let's see. Let's go on Amazon. Let's do some Amazon shopping on the bike. Let's see, what is this called? It's called a Audio Technica. What is it? AT 2020, that's right. The most standard cheap podcasting setup possible. $80 mic. I bought it years and years ago for my wife, who's a singer, trying to convince her to record. I couldn't convince her, but we're using it now. All right. Really show this? Kind of. There we go. AT 2020 Dead Cat filter. Oh, here's a better one. More ratings and cheaper. $13. Let's heart that. Put it on the wish list. Then hopefully I can place the mic kind of where I would rather it be. Right now it's kind of in right here, just to get it out of the wind. I'd rather it be kind of up and out over here. We'll see. This is kind of the closest I can get. As I lean forward on the bike, it's only 6 inches from my face, which obviously provides really nice audio, which is great. I also have the microphone piped into Discord, so when I'm talking to Sunny or anyone else on Discord, they can get the clearer picture. The problem with my setup is I use the Open Run Pro shocks, and with the fans and everything, it gets kind of hard to hear. So unfortunately, it makes my conversation skills seem even worse than they are. It's just so hard to hear. I do have earbuds to put in my ears to try to block all that out, which helps tremendously, but it's still not, great. All right, 45 seconds left. Make it a 5-minute cooldown, and then 5 minutes left. Hopefully the laptop doesn't implode. Feels like it's getting pretty hot. So, that said, if I just disappear because my laptop overheated again, that means I'll need to get a fan for the laptop so it doesn't overheat. Although running it at 30 FPS instead of 60 will help. Oh. "15 more minutes, guys." Said it about 100 times, but it's just me on this bike. Nobody in the chat yet. So I apologize for running out of content, but thank you so much for being here and watching. It makes it way more fun for me than just pedaling. So, the green screen that I got is 5 feet wide, so I should be able to encompass this entire field of view here. And when I get the full field of view, that'd be nice. Maybe I can even, at some point, upgrade to a better camera. Get clearer picture and stuff down the road. Incremental progress, just like the FTP. Three water bottles done. 3 down, 1 to go. My legs, sadly, are starting to feel a little hollow, which is quite unfortunate, considering this has not been a hard effort by any stretch of the imagination. It's not a hard ride. But we're getting there. We will get there. Not by this next Friday, but in time. Unfortunately, I was feeling a little burnt out after the Grand Tour finished. Then I went on vacation. So I didn't go on the bike for almost 2 months. October, well, no, not 2 months, 1 month. End of October to beginning of December. And that really did not help. And again, I got sick in between that and went on holiday. That's a different sickness than the one I'm getting over now. Problem with your wife being a teacher. Get sick a lot. Less than most people, considering we're healthier than the average human being in America. Our immune systems are definitely a lot better than most of our teacher friends. But it still happens. Alright, 30 seconds left for the final 5 minutes of intensity. You got a 5-minute cooldown. Then we can relax and enjoy the rest of the day. Good 2 hours on the bike, which is really great. It's been a long time since I've been able to do that. Very grateful. Alright. Let's see how high, let's see if we even make it to the hill. I'm assuming we will in 5 minutes. That's what? About 2.5 kilometers. Probably make it. I have to keep reminding myself, though, that you can see the draft, by the way, just went up to 1%. In the real world, you actually get a draft bonus when a rider is behind you, which is pretty cool. And this obviously mimics the real world as closely as possible, so it also has that draft cone going behind you. You could probably see if you can see 1%, 2% from the person behind me right now. Anyways, I forgot what I was going to say before that. So the keyboard that I bought, which will arrive in a couple days, it's going to attach to my Garmin mount. So it'll be hanging off the front of my handlebars. And it's a tiny little keyboard, tiny little wireless keyboard. So it'll have a trackpad and all the full QWERTY keyboard with numbers on top. So I'll be able to type from my handlebars, hopefully fairly easily. We'll see how good it does. But I thought that was pretty cool. I can't easily stretch comfortably, at least, to the keys of the laptop. And I also don't want to mess it up with all the sweat. Oh yeah, we'll definitely make it to the mountain before the end here. Before the end of this interval, that is. Hey, what happened to my Spotify? I thought, should be displaying the song. Okay. How do I undo that? Well. There's Spotify. Why can't I set it to be? That's interesting. I have no idea what just happened. Dang it. Cancel. Discard. Oh, wow, it worked. You can see it's playing far away. That was bizarre. Oh, no, it just disappeared. Oh, wow, time flew. Sweet, this is done. But we didn't hit the mountain yet. Just about. All right. I am definitely ready for the cool down. Sorry to say. Take on some fluids. I can do that. The good news is, after my month back off the bike, I was getting really bad saddle sores. And you can see I'm still, bouncing up and down, readjusting, which isn't great. But, been on the bike for 2 hours, and I feel okay. Which is sweet. Now I'm thinking about it, so now I'm probably bouncing more than normal, but after like 30 minutes before, I was hurting. I'm so curious to see how well this green screen will work. I'm really hoping it does a good job. I would like this horrible situation we have going on now to be gone. I don't like it. I think it looks bad. But it's better than having just a block of a background covering up so much more of the screen. Best of the way we got. It's about to be improved, hopefully. 4-4. What is that? Approximately 20 ounces each. It's about 80 ounces of water, which is what? 10 cups? My wife just texted me. There's a huge power outage. That's interesting. She's singing at church. Kind of hard to sing at church without power. So that's interesting. Service is supposed to be going on right now. And yes, I've already been to 2 of the services. Not skipping out on church. She said, I'm sure you guys are interested. She said, in the middle of the gratitude that they were doing, everything went black citywide. The singers ran into the middle of the congregation and sang without power. And the pastor is preaching with a megaphone. That's crazy. I like that they kept going though. All right. Whew. There we go. I did it again. Whew. 600 calories on this ride. As much on the other ride. Thank you guys for joining. I've said that now 20 times, but I do appreciate it. So I won't be riding on Friday. Let's see, today is Tuesday, Christmas Eve. Obviously, I'm not going to be riding tomorrow. Thursday, I don't think I'll be riding either. And if I do, it probably won't be a live stream. So I might not see you until next week, either Friday for the stage 3 reattempt, or maybe a training ride at some point. If you guys are interested in joining Training Peaks in general, obviously please check it out. There's a link in the description. I'll also have a link in the description for BikeTerra. But shameless plug, I'm looking for a TTT group of a similar capability. You know, we can figure out race times. Join the Discord on TPV. You can find it on the website. Let's see if we can get together and set up a TTT group or create a ladder racing for the ladder league. So yeah, I'm on the hunt for some riders in the same time zone, or you know, same racing time zone, and same ability level. So if you're interested, join the Discord. We can figure it all out. Download TrainingPeaks Virtual and give the racing a try. It's a huge blast. If you're interested in riding some real routes outdoors, but don't want to for any reason, consider BikeTerra. I had a good time on it today. I don't know anything about Christmas Island, but it was kind of entertaining to ride it. You can ride local, or you can ride some of the world's famous climbs. So yeah, thanks for joining. I will see you guys soon. Have a great Christmas and have a